G'day guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing a movie review. This movie is a horror film from the United States, English language, released in the year 2012, directed by Scott Shermer, and this film is called Found. So Found is about this young boy who's been constantly bullied at school. He doesn't feel like he fits in anywhere, and his love is horror films. So he gets by watching horror films, he goes to the video shop, he always hires a new horror movie, and it seems to be his life. So straight away, even horror fans will be able to connect with this little kid because we all love horror films, or movies in general, and sometimes during difficult parts in life, it's the movies that get us through. So this young kid, he's watching horror movies, he likes drawing graphic novels depicting all the horrible acts that you find in a horror film, and he also has this hidden secret. Now this hidden secret is that his older brother is in fact a serial killer, and that each day he has a different head located in a bowling bag in his closet. So this young guy, he goes to the brother's room when he's out, he opens the closet and he's always looking at a severed head, and he's always morbidly curious about it, but at the same time he's terrified that if his older brother finds out, maybe he'll be the next victim. So as he's going along, the older brother starts to suspect that maybe this younger brother knows a little bit more than he's letting on, and it all adds up to a horrifying climax that I'm not going to give away. So whether or not this kid can make it out of this ordeal is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Found. I was really interested to see this film. Now number one, it is one of the most anticipated films for me because it had so much attention, media attention, because it was in fact banned in Australia. So for that reason I really wanted to see it, and I actually think banning films is having the opposite effects of what the classification boards want, in that if you ban a film, you're going to want to download it, you just want to see it even more, and that was exactly the case with Found. I wanted to see it even more because of the fact it had been banned, but on appeal it got re-released. So going into Found, I actually like the fact that it does have a lot of messages as far as brotherly love, family connections, as far as bullying, and as far as horror films, and how not only horror films but films in general can carry us along through our troubled times. And I could connect to this main character because when I was growing up, I love horror, and I still love horror, and I used to draw all these gruesome pictures, and I thought to myself that a lot of people misunderstand that. And in the film, a lot of people misunderstand it. They say that this kid is going to grow up to be a menace because of all the horrible things that he's depicting, and I think that it's an ignorant attitude to have, because just because you like horror films and you like drawing horrible things, it doesn't mean that you are going to be a horrible person, because it's all in the fantasy, it's all in make-believe, and that's where I feel violence belongs. So the main character, already you could connect to him, and you could connect with his plight, and that it was a relatable situation. Then you've got the brotherly love, and how powerful love is, and that this older brother is doing horrible things, yet he still has he still finds the love for his brother. And I thought that connection was quite good also. And I actually thought that the overall attitudes that people outside of horror have of horror fans was relevant to this film as well, because a lot of these people were labelled as freaks and dangerous people, and to some extent it was true, because the older brother was a mad horror fan as well. And I don't like the attitude that if you watch a lot of horror films, you're going to turn out to be a really bad person. And this film does show that a little bit, and also it comes across, usually I'd be angry at the way the film was made, but it comes across as a movie that is making fun, or not so much making fun of, but scaring people who have that your opinion of horror fans, in that they're going to grow up to be serial killers. In this case, the older brother is a serial killer, so it's kind of freaking out those people who have those ignorant ideas. So underneath all the surface, I thought it was a fairly smart take on a film, and it was fairly unique. But unfortunately for me, I thought Found was really awful. Now, for the simple fact that it was very low budget, I'm not going to hold that against Scott Shermer, because of the fact, you can't do much about lack of budget. But all the relatable qualities in the film, all of the good sort of messages that it would have been that it was trying to make, would have been a lot better if it had a bigger budget, because with a bigger budget they could have got the actors to portray the characters a lot better. Now, as I said, the main character you can relate to because of what he's going through, but you don't care about him because the acting is really subpar. Now, I actually thought the brothers were the best part of the film as far as acting is concerned. I thought the father was horrendous, his overacting was just really cringeworthy. I thought the other kids at the school that were bullying this main character were really bad. And once you see that these actors are reading from a script and they feel very unnatural, it takes you out of the realms of what the film wants to do, and I just couldn't get into it. And because I couldn't sympathise with the situations that all these characters were facing, I just didn't care. I thought that as far as violence is concerned, it wasn't that bad. I don't know why this film was banned. I just thought that it was few and far between the gore, which I can understand being a low-budget movie, but when the gore happens, I like the fact that a lot of it was off-screen. Now, a lot of the violence that is very controversial happens within a movie, within the movie. These kids are watching this horrible thing, and I thought the violence in that was a lot worse than the actual violence in the actual film. Is that in the movie, especially towards the end, it's what you can't see is what the most disturbing part is. So I like that sort of aspect, but for me, as I said, it just wasn't executed very well. I thought that some of the reactions from the characters was very unrealistic, especially this young boy's friend, how quickly he turns on him. I just thought it wasn't really well done. It didn't show any patience. It just happened all of a sudden. If it happened gradually, it would have been a lot more believable, but the authenticity is just non-existent in Found, and that's why I really didn't like it. I thought the acting was cringeworthy, the script was really bad, and overall the production, and as I said, the gore, the violence, the way that it was done was, fairly decent. But unfortunately, as far as the acting and script is concerned, it wants to be a character drama / horror film. It does get the horror element alright, but then, the family drama, which is what it relies on the most, just hits it very flat, and as a result of that, I just feel that this is a greatly overrated film. So overall, for Found, I'm only going to give it 1.5 stars, unfortunately. I don't share the love for it. If you like the film, please don't take offense to this, because this is just my opinion. If you want to, tell me what you think, please feel free to leave a comment, the link in the description bar below. So yeah, 1.5 stars for Found. I was really disappointed, definitely overrated. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.